Hello, 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 hello. Good morning, good morning. Let's see. I wanted to come on here this morning and share my coffee with y'all. I want to start going live a little more often. Um, and yeah, just to start interacting on my lives and share some of my days. I don't really go live too often and talk about how my day is going, what I'm doing, what I'm working on. Today I have quite the busy day. Um, my morning routine is pretty simple. Um, do own another company, which is a mailbox company. So we come in and on average just do mail, go through the mail, sort through it, see what came in yesterday. I'm pretty much on top of it. I don't let anything get backed up. So um, yeah, so that's not really, it's not a big thing, but yeah, I come in, I do mail, do some follow ups. Sometimes we need people want stuff forwarded to them. I take it, I get that situated. So by the time the postman come, he can just take it. Um, and that's pretty much it. Hold on, let me see if I can log into the security part. What I do, a lot of people don't know. I don't know my password. I don't know why. I don't know. Let's get back to that because I don't know. I can't think of it right now. Um, so I do everything technology, but to narrow it down a little bit, I work with companies as a tech advisor on a more on a high level C suite, and making sure customers, um, my clients, know how to make wise decisions, whether it's financial or just everything. They need to know that everything, that they're making the right decision when it comes down to technical stuff, cybersecurity, equipment purchasing. Um, because it's not always just about budget. Sometimes I think people make decisions based on budget, and that's not always the right decision because it could cost you more in the long run if you make the wrong decision. So another thing that my company does is we have several departments which I will post eventually, as I've been working on a presentation to share with you guys, showing you guys a little more about how my company is structured, our team, the way the staff is broken down, um, the project managers, who handles what, and how I distribute everything throughout the day. For the most part, um, everybody's pretty much independent, so it's just a matter of finding, having a job come in, look through the job, make sure there's no things that we need to meet on. 9 times out of 10 we're going to get on Skype anyway and have that meeting, just to make sure that we're covering everything, everybody's on the same page. Because when it comes down to, especially with the development team, it's always something that may be a little more questionable, that we need to just make sure we're on the same page. Far as the business corp stuff, pretty much that stuff is simple from my end. I complete the paperwork, get it over to the legal team. The legal team take care of it. Know to keep me up to date on when the LLC, that corporation, that nonprofit, whenever the formation documents, I'm notified daily of the status. And we work out of dashboards. If you're not familiar with dashboard management, dashboards are what we use to communicate status updates. If you're in the project management sector, then you understand dashboards very well. They allow us to communicate and stay up to date without the back and forth telephone calls or constant meetings. trying to figure out where something is. So if someone was to call me and say, hey, I put this in on Tuesday, what's the status? I can pretty much just look in the dashboard and see what the status is, because my team is phenomenal when they're always on top of updating that dashboard. Very rarely I have to look big and see, just question something, but that's rare. So, you know, no big thing there. Far as what else we got going on? So I'm trying to go through my actual layout. This is every morning. Today my schedule is crazy. I don't know how I put myself here in this kind of schedule, but it is what it is. I got 3 back-to-back meetings. I wanted to come on, like I said, 9 to do a live. I wanted to do the live at 10, but I'm not going to have time because I have a 10 coming into the office. I do have an office located in Fallcroft, and I do see clients here. Um, Mainly my smaller clients. My bigger clients, I go out to these sites for the most part, and do our visits there. 90% of my job is on Zoom meetings, meetings, meetings. Tuesdays, I do a networking event with a group called GR, and with GR International. You'll see me start to post and speak more about that. But we actually come together to pretty much network our businesses. It's a room full of business owners, business people who work at large companies, sales, you name it. They're in that meeting on Tuesday, and we get to network and find out what one another does so we can help to better market and sell our services amongst our networks, right? Your network is your net worth. Today, I will be meeting with a company based on a conversation for impact management. One of the things that I notice with a lot of companies who are doing, whether it's nonprofit, your service based in any way, how are you reporting? Being a data scientist, one of the things I look for is data. I want to know, I can tell the story with the data, but if you're not collecting data, we can't really properly tell your story. So no matter what you're doing, what type of business you're in, you want to make sure that you're collecting data somehow, some way. And for that's basically one of my meetings today. I will be looking at a database to be able to collect data properly, and of course is what you put in and how you get it out. So my biggest concern for this system would be reporting is crucial. How you're reporting, what you're reporting, where these reports are going to, how much information. When you're talking about data, you want to look at raw data. You want to look at data that's organized data is Excel spreadsheets, stuff like that. But then you got the raw data that's coming into these databases, and you can kind of sort through and take out what you want depending on what report is required of you, whether it's for your funder, your team, your community, whatever type of business you're doing. My next meeting rolls into uh, website updates. So we have several clients that we're working on. We actually manage a few websites. Um, Not with this particular one is not one of mine just yet. So we're just overseeing the completion of this project, and then we will be rolling it over to our team. Far as my team, we meet way earlier than this. So we're on and we discuss issues that are happening. And I love issues because I get to see, what I need to work on. What I need to work on, what the team needs to work on, what we need to develop, what we need to add, what we need to deal with the clients with. I'm pretty direct when it comes to my clients. Um, Try not to hold back. I know people aren't going to love me, and that's fine. That's fine. That's not what they pay me for. They pay me for the honesty. They pay me to make sure that they're doing the right thing, and I get some rebuttals. So right now, I'm looking at websites, and a lot of people that are coming to me, they manage their own site, and usually I don't touch them. I will not touch them because we didn't create it, but as we manage a few of these newer sites that people have gotten. And it's a little hard to manage a website if multiple people are also doing so, because it causes conflict, especially when, I have my staff who's on me right now because of the size of the pictures that's, being added to the sites. And that causes issues in the formation of the site, meaning which every time that they go in to log in to upload something on there, and they need to reformat the site, which is quite aggravating. So those are some of the things that we're dealing with this morning in two of my meetings. And then my last meeting is a partnership, a new platform that we will be launching. And like I said, my company is pretty much based on partnerships. It's our strong point. We build partnerships and teams. I don't recommend anybody unless I know them, unless I know their work, unless I know the quality of their products. Because that's my job. My job is to make sure that you're going to be thorough. Like, we're partners with Comcast. Ooh, Comcast. So being affiliated with them, we have the opportunity to help people who are in business, who don't have time to look at that bill. If you've been paying the same bill for 2 years, more than likely you're out of contract and you need to have that bill looked at. If that's you, please do give me a call. And I'll make sure my office number is on the screen here. But one of the things, a lot of people, a lot of business owners, especially small business owners, we go through, most of us got Comcast, let's be real. But we don't look at our contracts each year and review them to see where we stand, if we're paying too much money, if there's some specials or something else. How can you save your business money? So when it comes down to Comcast, that's what I help people do. Whether it's a new installation, they don't have time. A lot of CEOs are starting their business out. They don't have time to be on the phone trying to figure out, being on hold with customer service, trying to get their order and everything placed. So that's where I come in. I can actually take care of that for you from my end and get you a direct agent to work with, so that you're no longer waiting on hold in a queue. You can kind of get a scheduled date right away. So just working to make life easier for those who do business. Listen, I know I do business, so I understand. Mm. And I'm having my coffee. But just, if anybody have any questions, please drop it in the chat, any chat that you're in, whether you're with me on Facebook or Instagram or YouTube. Just drop your comment in the chat, and I'll see it. But another thing that we do, aside from the social media, I say we do social media, but we concentrate, our focus is more SEO. So we do have a team of SEO people, and SEO just encompasses so much. So that's our focus. We love SEO. That's like the core of the company, although we do other things. The core is SEO, search engine optimization. And I believe it's a better deal for someone who has a light marketing or advertising budget. If you don't understand it, it's something that you may want to look into before you spend your advertising dollars on ads that aren't, especially if you try an ad and it's not converting well. You want to make sure that you're reinvesting that money into something that is kind of more or less guaranteed to work, opposed to I think we all like things that happen quickly, so we try to make sure that we're going to go for whatever works fast, in hopes that it works fast. Right now technology is at an all-time high, and there's a lot of bots that are out here that will click on your ad, and you're just pretty much losing money at this point. You're not getting recognized like you would hope to when you put the ad out there. What else we got? So I wanted to just kind of jump on again and share my morning. I usually, again, I come in, I get the mailing done, I look through, check messages, I do the calendar just to see where I'm at for the day. Also, accept any new appointments that may have come in overnight. A lot of people book me in the middle of the night, which I think is hilarious. But I understand entrepreneurs, you be just scrolling through your phone. You be like, I'll make an appointment with her right now. I get it. So hold on. Hello, Mr. Pearson. My friend Chip is over here. He's so funny. Ooh, I don't know how to take it off. Let's hide you. Okay. But and it's so funny. Mr. Pearson, my friend Chip, he came to visit me the other day, and he interrupted my day, but it was a great interruption. So, just staying focused. He spent the day with me, and we were talking. We worked together at the census. And we had a lot of fun. Chip is a hilarious, cool dude, and we really enjoy each other's company. He enjoys my company. I enjoy his. That's my adopted uncle. I decided to keep him, but just getting back to it. My mornings are just filled with. I would say Monday is kind of chaotic. You get to Friday. Friday is a chill day, for lack of better words. I can come in and chill a little bit, relax, um, look through, take my time and look at things. Monday is kind of off the hook. When you walk in, everybody wants updates to everything right now. I try to address those things before I actually even leave the house, but in some cases that's not possible. So just trying to address some of the things that we're really working on. We just recently, just as of May 1st, we started doing trademark NFTs. So if you are in the market of getting your trademark done and can't afford the traditional way, definitely get at me about the trademark NFTs. We can do that. um, the regular trademarks as well. If you're looking to set up your NFTs or you want to learn more information about that, we do have another collaborative effort coming. We also got the Nicetown CDC, the Give Back coming, and that's coming soon as well. You can find that on my page. I think I have a flyer, but I'll make sure that that goes out on my pages as well. If you've never experienced the 2-day event, we are celebrating 20 years. So make sure that you're there. It's going to be exclusive. You don't want to miss this one. We will be promoting it heavy. We will be talking about it. We are planning. It's going to be phenomenal. So make sure you're in the building or in the park, right? Um, Another thing that my company does, aside from the social media and SEO and the marketing stuff and the formation stuff and the NFTs and trademarks and all and copyrights, we also offer outside services, I would say. So some customers, let's say you just moved into a new building, you need wiring done. We've partnered with a company that will actually come out and do the wiring. We have a tech who actually comes out to your location. He can pretty much install any and everything, anything IT. So, as I work with customers to put things in place, I built my company full of resources so we can make sure that we have the resources at hand. We don't have to research too much because we spent years researching and partner with these companies to make sure that they provide top tier service to our partners and clients. We want to make sure that you get the best, you get priority service when we refer you over, and we actually stay in the loop. Um, Being a VCIO, which is a virtual chief information officer for several companies, one of the main things is to keep up on the latest and greatest when it comes down to technology, figuring out what's going on so I can make sure that we get, our clients on the same page. Right now, my biggest focus is cybersecurity. Why? Because there's big talks about a cyber attack, and we want to make sure people are protected, especially those that's dealing with with people's information. If you're a people facing organization or company and you're working with people and collecting any of their information, whether it's just a photo ID, their name, their social, whatever it is, it doesn't have to be a social security number for you to be at risk. So one of my main things right now is getting people really on track, getting these companies so there's a flow in place. Um, I worked really hard on my presentation yesterday that I will soon be sharing with people, but it's kind of more or less a digital portfolio that I'm working on. And it'll kind of tell and explain what I actually do as a VCIO, and just kind of give people more of an overview of who I am and what I do, a little more about my background, my merged background with ABA and CIS, and how I put it to use today, how I use it in the technology form mainly, and other things as well. When it comes down to being a business owner, it can get sticky. So I do deal with a lot of other things as well. I'm pulling up here on my other screen some of the things that I created a plan of attack. The way I want to go into companies right now, I'm going into a few companies I have lined up that I'm set. I have meetings set up with, and I want to make sure that I'm focusing on the same thing. I want to make sure that all of the companies that I'm working with are on the same page. We are looking at we're looking at not just growth, but we want to do it right. I don't want to work with a company who does not want to listen to what I have to say. If you're looking and hiring me as your expert, then follow my lead. Like really listen to what I'm saying, because this is something that I've worked in this field. I'm not a person who never actually was a tech, a low end tech. I worked for all of the companies that where I, came in and set up your network or troubleshoot your computer or whatever. I was actually a tech. So I get it. I understand the frustration of it. I understand that you need your computer to work. I understand all of those things, but you have to have the right things in place, especially as a decision maker in these companies. Right now we have to strengthen in smaller communities, the smaller communities where it comes to, maybe 1 to 5 employees. We may not feel like that's important, but it is important, especially if you're customer facing. Again, customers who are in the nonprofit sectors, which is a lot in Philadelphia that I work with, want to make sure that, we're addressing and strengthening the cybersecurity within your organization is huge, huge, huge. I can't stress it enough. Once we get past that, we want to improve the digital dexterity, meaning, that transformation of the organization using technology to function, easing the workload, um, making sure that we're streamlining processes. I see customers. I have several customers who I think work harder and not smarter when they can really just implement systems to handle 90% of the work that they do and pretty much alleviate some of the meetings and things like that they have to have. We also want to look at advancing automation. A lot of companies are not, a lot of smaller companies. When I say a lot of companies, I mean smaller companies. Big companies, they use automation. It's just kind of a given. But I feel like a lot of smaller companies and independent entrepreneurs, we can also make our lives better by using advanced automation to handle some of the tasks that we do each day to cut our time down. So one of the things is making sure that you're not just purchasing a system and you have a system in place, but you're using every single inch of that system. And I feel like that's a big it's a lack. It's not happening. People are purchasing systems that has mailing lists that they can compile in there. um so like a huge CRM built within a system, and they're only using it for a front end piece that they purchased it for. And a lot of people really don't understand that a software company is going to sell you they're going to give you what you asked for. It's not their job to take you through every part, every component of that software to tell you what it does, even though usually in the initial meeting you may get that information. But as your company grows and you take on more tasks and more content, more information, more clients, you want to grow your technology and you want to automate processes as well. And then we want to help companies also reduce their footprint. So pretty much commit to sustainability. I know there's companies out here who still work with in-house servers and things like that, and they're a little afraid to commit to the cloud, but it's a great alternative, and it will definitely help streamline processes, especially with things like COVID going on and being unable to get into the office, or just working from home, or just being able to be more mobile, having access to certain things. So just helping customers make that transition smoothly is one of the things that I'm focusing on for my my clients who sign up for our CIO program. And then upgrading talent and recruiting. And this is scary when I say this to some companies, because they're like, I don't want to change staff. And that's not really the case. I don't come into organizations to change who your staff are, but to pretty much inform you and your staff about free trainings. So whether it's free trainings or paid trainings, really getting them on the same page, and the skill set, getting their skill set moved forward, kind of forward thinking. We have organizations who have staff who say, I'm just not going to do that. And I get it. I get it. So when you hire, if you're going to keep that person, make sure you hire people around them who can, do a lot of the online work, because 90% of the world now runs online, and we got to, take that into consideration and make it happen. So, last but not least, reinforcing privacy. And this is, I say last but not least is last right now, but there's more. And when I sit down with a customer that I want to go over, but these are some of the highlights that I put in my presentation, because I feel like these are things that we really need to attack first. And my goal is to double down and to protect client, customer, and employee information, which is again extremely important. It's imperative that we do so. Everyone has a right to privacy, and I feel like it's just every organization is different, but we have to protect our client information. We have to protect employee information. So just making sure we get people to transition during this time and make these things, because there's so many laws going into effect. There's a new law coming in June, I believe, and it's like I said, it's outrageous. There's so many laws coming into effect when it comes down to the internet and how we use it every day, and what we thought was okay. There's a lot of people who are out here who manage their sites, and your site is going to be shut down. So in June 2022, Google will update the enforcement procedures for repeat violators, with the addition of 9 more policies in scope of the strike-based system. If you don't know what that is, look that up. It's extremely important. Like I said, websites will be getting shut down. Google will begin implementing the strike-based system on June 21st, 2022, with a gradual ramp up over a period of 3 months for the following policies: compensated sexual acts, mail order brides, clickbait, misleading ad design. And that's really big for my organization. So I'll get into that. Bail bond services, call directories, forwarding and recording services, credit repair services, binary options, and personal loans. With that being said, like I said, a lot of websites will be shut down. And if you're not abreast, if you're not familiar with what's going on, then you shouldn't be managing your own site. You have to stay in the loop of these things. It's extremely important. And like I said, over the last 90 days, there's been a ton of upgrades, algorithm changes, you name it, that's going to affect how and what we do when it comes to online marketing, online management of platforms. And and just because you may not be someone that works in the environment of the website or social media, if you're using a platform just to get your work done, that that's included. These things sit in, as we call Beyonce's internet. It's in there. So just take into consideration, there are tons and tons of free trainings out there that you and your staff can receive. um I encourage them, 100%. Some people say, hey, I'm taking this class, or they don't want to tell me they're taking a class on internet marketing or online marketing. Listen, I am not intimidated. Please, by all means, once you see how much information it is, it can be overwhelming. Having a team helps, but if you have people who are working for you, don't let them get stagnated on what they knew when they came in. Continue to grow them. Treat your team like flowers. Water them, nurture them, give them some light, and really help them to grow, because it only benefits you and your company in the long run. Well, it is now 9:40 and it's time for me to get to work. Um, or at least start doing some work. But I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I will be back Monday morning, actually, to chat with you guys on my early morning. I think I'm gonna try to start doing this, just coming on, talking about my schedule, what I have to do today. Today is one of my busy days. I didn't expect a Friday to be this busy, and with rain, I can at least get some sunshine. But I'll see you guys on Monday, and definitely appreciate you all tuning in. And I will again have a wonderful and safe weekend. Stay out of the way. Don't get into arguments, no trouble, none of that stuff. Just chill out and